yes, I stayed overnight. I ended up staying one night in the hospital. My surgery was a PM surgery, the day of surgery. So it was originally supposed to start around 1, 2 o'clock, and it didn't actually start till about 3 because my surgeon was running behind from a couple of surgeries he'd had that morning that took a little bit longer than what he had expected. As soon as I woke up, I was walking or asking to walk. At first, they wouldn't even let me walk because I was still under anesthesia, but I had like engraved it in my mind that I needed to walk. So I was asking to walk as soon as I was even partially conscious. As far as food, that's tricky because I really couldn't eat any food. I wasn't allowed to eat any food. Plus, for my surgeon, the post-op consists of a straight, clear liquid diet for the first week. Although he let me start a little early. While I was at the hospital, the only thing that I was really taking in orally was water, because I was able to drink that pretty soon after surgery, just in small sips, and then also ice cubes. And then later, a couple hours later, they brought me Jello, and then they also brought me sugar-free popsicles to try. And all of those went down just fine. I didn't have any issues with it at all. I did have a lot of dry mouth. That was one of my immediate symptoms after surgery, which is a known thing that happens because of the anesthesia. So mouthwash definitely helped. There is a good video on my page if you scroll all the way back to day 1 post-op, where I'm talking about a lot more of this. I show my hospital room. I talk about what I wanted to do, what I needed to do, what I did do. And then I also show myself back at home for the first day because, like I said, I stayed one night and then I was able to go home. If you're curious as far as the types of things that helped me in my recovery that I would recommend to you or anyone else that's getting ready to have surgery, then I would suggest just visiting the link in my bio, because I do have an Amazon storefront where I have a list for like my bariatric must-haves, as well as even bariatric vitamins and other things. So I'd encourage you to check that out. If there's something specific you were looking for that I did not cover, feel free to leave me a comment or DM me, let me know. If anyone else watching this has any additional questions around this, feel free to also let me know in the comments. And if you're new here, I'm Sonia in Cyber. I had gastric bypass on 9/6/23. I'm down about 70 pounds, and I'm here to build a community that's empowering and encouraging to any of you that are having surgery, that have had surgery, or that are thinking about having surgery. So if you're not following, feel free to hit that plus and follow along on my journey.